Hello and welcome to Paranormal Crossings Into the Lights. I am Darren, joined today by my beautiful wife Kayla.
Hello.
Aaron, get better soon so you can come in and join us. I know James has got things going on, so it's us running the show. And today we're going to be talking about Christmas because it's December.
It is December.
So normally Christmas time, you've got Santa Claus, the reindeer, the elves, the gifts, the dinners. You've got all the good, fine, happy times. It's the happiest time of the year. But there is a dark side to Christmas in the old world traditions. And we're going to discuss some of that today because why not?
Heck yeah.
If we can give you guys nightmares, we're going to give you nightmares. So many parts of the old world, a lot of Iceland, Germany, Austria, they have their own little legends that predate a lot of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Our version of Santa Claus came about in the 1930s. Before then, it was St. Nicholas, who was actually, they found out was a real person.
Oh.
That's why they call him St. Nicholas. And he was going around, helping out the poor and everything else until the Romans caught him and said, listen, you need to convert to our religion and not Christianity. And he wouldn't do it, and he was put to death. So that's how come St. Nicholas is St. Nicholas.
That's a little scary.
Yeah, it's a little scary, but that's what happened
at
the time.
Do what we want you to do or you die.
Yes. So around a lot of those countries, those old world countries, there has been legends and lore and things that you do and things you don't do on the Christmas season or the Yule season, depending on what part of the region you're from. And along with those comes, it's all pretty much about the same story.
Okay, so they're all tied together, basically?
They're all pretty much tied together.
Okay.
But some of these legends are really just down and brutal. I mean, now, like in America, we're told as growing up, and we tell our kids, behave or Santa Claus will give you coal.
My mom got my dad coal one year. It was a joke. It was in a little tin. It was hilarious. And I was little, so I thought that it was like a real thing. And then I started crying because I was like, no, Daddy, I don't want you to have coal. It was funny. I don't know.
Well, in the old world, you don't get coal. Sometimes you get carted off and eaten. Because...
Oh.
Yeah, because they're not playing around in Europe. It is not a play around state. It is, you're going to behave or you're going to die. And that's how they raise their children.
That would scare the shit out of me if I was a kid.
Well, that's the whole point is, like I said, America, be good or you're going to get cold. You're not going to get anything underneath the Christmas tree.
That was good enough for me, but
So the first legend we're going to talk about comes from Iceland, and I got my notes because there's a lot of stuff in a lot of languages, and I'm going to try not to butcher a lot of this. In other words, it's going to be butchered.
Whatever.
So the first one that comes to mind from Iceland. I feel like we're announcing heavyweight boxers. Coming in from Iceland, in the blue corner, the witch Grýla. Gryla.
Sounds about right. Grýla.
Grýla is a giant troll, and I'm reading this verbatim here. Is a giant troll who is in perpetual bad mood due to her insatiable hunger for children.
Oh, great.
Each Christmas, Grýla comes down from mountain dwelling to hunt for naughty children. She places them in a sack and drags them back to her cave where she boils them alive for her favorite stew.
Holy crap.
Yeah. So how's that behave where Grýla's coming out of the mountains to get you?
You have to have like a pretty big pot too.
Well, she's a troll.
That's very, very, very dark.
Oh, we have yet to get dark. We're just on the tippy-toppity.
Boiled alive though, just because you were bad, man. I would be done. I would be a good little kid all the time. I'm sorry, I would have been. I wasn't a bad kid, but that would have totally made me be a good kid. That's for sure.
Compared to if you mess up here, Santa Claus leaves you coal. You mess up in Iceland,
You're gonna get boiled alive and eaten.
you're a stew. But it gets even better because Grilla had 13 sons. These were known as the Yule Lads.
Okay.
Okay. Now I had to, like I said, I have to keep notes because there's a lot of names, there's a lot of details, and because of the fact we are here to promote nightmares, I want to make sure we got this all right because there's a lot of information. All right, so the Yule Lads are the 13 sons of Grilla. I guess you can say they actually inspired the 7 dwarves. Each one has a different name, and once
So they're like the evil 7 dwarfs.
they are
then?
they are the evil
Because yeah.
they are the evil 7 dwarves.
Okay.
Each one has a name, and that name implies on what it does.
So they each have like a task.
They each have a task. So night number 1, you're going to be visited by one of the sons. Night number 2, you get the other son.
So it's like the 13 days or
the 12 days of
12
Christmas,
days
but
of Christmas,
these are the
yeah.
for
So now
13 days
of hell.
You're going to be visited, and these things will create havoc.
So 13 days of hell.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So, some of the names. Sheep Coat Clog. His son number 1.
Sheep Coat Clog, okay.
It's probably Cote or Clog. Cote Clog. He is a peg-legged sheep fancier.
Okay.
So the first night, Sheep Cote Clog. Again, I'm probably butchering the hell out of that one. He's going to mess with your sheep.
Well, hence the name.
Yeah.
Does he kill the sheep? I hope he doesn't kill the sheep.
They're pranksters and petty criminals.
So maybe they shave funny shapes in the sheep's wool?
Probably, or they let him out of the pen.
If he doesn't hurt the sheep, I'm okay with that.
Well, they're mischievous pranksters and petty criminals. That's just the one son.
Right, but I'm just saying if he doesn't hurt the sheep, that wouldn't be that bad if he shaved like funny things.
But if it's the dead of
sheep's
winter
wool.
and your sheep are in the barn and you come out, the gate's open and the sheep are gone, that even if they survive, you got to go round them up.
Right, because it's really cold. Because this is still Iceland.
This
right?
is still Iceland.
So, maybe the sheep would die if they got let out. It's really cold, right? I mean,
sometimes. The next son, Gully Hawk.
Gully Hawk, okay.
Gully Hawk. I'm going to have to read this one verbatim because this is going to be great.
Oh, no.
Gully Hawk, who hides out in ditches and gullies and waits for an opportune moment to run into the cow shed and lick the foam off the milk in the milking buckets.
What? How is that bad, though? I mean, what do you use the foam from milk from? I don't know. That's not really a bad thing.
It's a prank.
Right.
It's a prankster. So the second night you would get...
But I don't know if I would even notice that. I'm a very non-observant person, so I don't even know if I would be like, oh no, the foam from my milk is missing. Like, oh dear God, no.
Yeah, I don't write this stuff.
That's okay. All right.
They're just pranksters.
So far, not so bad, unless the sheep got killed or something.
Not so bad. This guy here, Stubby.
Stubby. Does he have stubby little arms? Like, does he have
Stubby, whose name denotes his stature as he is unusually short. So the dude's probably not even like anything. He's just short. Doesn't say what he does.
God, I'm glad nobody called me Stubby. I'm short, okay, and I've never been called Stubby. I would probably punch a bitch. Just saying.
Some of these names give out what they do.
So okay. So what does Stubby do?
It just says he's unusually short.
So he
probably just does pranks around the house, but he's short.
Okay.
So night number 3, you got Stubby. Might move your pillows. I don't know.
Okay.
These are old legends and stuff. So
that's just funny. I wonder what he.
Oh no! Some of these names they get even better.
If he's short, like if we're talking, like, are we talking like short, like this short?
I don't know.
Can he be like this big?
It just says he's
So
unnaturally short.
I just imagine walking around the house looking around for something and be like, do, step. Oh, well, I just killed Stubby. I don't know.
He probably moves stuff around. He's a prankster and a petty criminal, or he just steals things. We don't know.
Okay. Moving on.
Spoon Licker is the next son.
So I'm imagining, licks the spoons that you've just washed.
He licks the spoons and he steals spoons.
These are not so bad so far. I'm just saying I don't know if that wouldn't upset me very much. I mean, I guess if it was back in like the olden days, maybe, because I don't know how hard it would be to like make a new spoon or get a new spoon. But right now, oh no, my spoons are missing. I'll just go to the Dollar Tree and buy more spoons. Like, this is not scary. Is there a scary one?
A lot of them are ridiculous. And then there is one that I guess could kind of be a little strange. You'd want to call 911 on.
Oh, okay.
All right. So we got Spoon Licker. Pot Scraper is the next son, who is a petty thief of leftovers.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say like in the middle of the night he like takes like something and scrapes your pots. Like that might be annoying.
Oh no, there's other ones that are like that. And then you got Bowl Licker, who hides under your bed and waits for you to absentmindly put down your bowl so he can steal and yes, lick it.
Okay.
So like if you're eating and you set it down, it
And
would be like a husky.
Like our dog. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
All right. We got Door Slammer, who slams doors all night long.
That would suck. That would be annoying and that would freak me out, honestly. I wouldn't like that. Not at all.
So that night, there's a couple more on the back page. Aha. All right, so we got Door Slammer. We got Skyr Gobbler, who eats Skyr yogurt. I don't know what Skyr yogurt is.
I don't know either.
It's probably an Icelandic form of yogurt.
I wonder if it's like really good and so you get pissed off if he eats it.
Probably. I mean, it's just a prank. They're in your thing. They're stealing everything. And then you got Sasha's Swiper, who steals sausage. So, I mean, it's mostly going after your food, your plates. They're being an inconvenience.
Uh-huh.
The other son is Window Peeper, who watches you from the windows.
That's creepy.
That's a creepy one.
Is that the 911 one?
That would be the 911. Is you see a little face peeking out underneath the window seal. Like,
are these like so? You said that what's the name of the witch again?
Grilla.
So Grilla. So these are her kids. So
she's
she's a troll. You said
she's a troll.
So these are little tiny trolls, basically.
These are little trolls.
Yeah, that'd be a little creepy having a little trolls look at you.
Yeah.
But then I don't know if in like nowadays you'd want to call 911 wouldn't be like, there's a little troll person looking at me. They're gonna be like, how much meth have you smoked?
Got a few more brothers.
Okay.
Before we get to your favorite animal.
Well, it's not my favorite. Our last topic is my favorite, but it's cool. Anyway, go on.
All right. So the next brother is Doorway Sniffer.
Excuse me, what?
Doorway Sniffer. He uses his incredibly large nose to sniff doors to find bread.
Oh, okay.
So he sits underneath the door and his nose comes underneath the door frame and sniffs out bread.
So it's like Pinocchio.
Kind of.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
Meat. We got two more to go. Meat Hook.
Okay.
Who always brings a hook along with him so he can steal meat. So a lot of this is stealing food, stealing things that are in the wintertime, you're really not going to be able to go out and readily get, especially if you're in Iceland, it's wintertime. Last one is Candle Stealer, who follows children around so he can steal their candles, leaving them in the dark.
Yeah, because I guess in olden days, no electricity or anything, so that would kind of suck too at night. That would freak me out. I'm not, if you're not home at night, I sleep with the light on sometimes because, I don't like the dark very much. I'm a baby.
Right, but if you don't have electricity and all you have is candles.
Yeah, I know. That would freak me out. I would not be a happy person.
So the 13 sons seem like they basically just do, their mother goes out, and if you've been bad, you're stew. The 13 sons go out and they cause havoc. They steal things from your house. I wasn't able to find anything on how to pacify any of them except for Grilla is basically you just behave. You be a good
supposed
kid.
to do, and then none of that will happen. So her sons, they're not necessarily like you behave and this won't happen. They just do this no matter what.
They're just mischievous.
So they just, no matter if you're good or bad, they just come
and
in and do it.
This is normally towards the end of December.
Okay.
So it's right around the Christmas time era. There's just 13 nights where
you get visited by each one.
Yeah, if your candles go missing,
or your meat,
or you
see a nose,
at the door, or yeah, it's just little things that are going to inconvenience you. So
it's not like, I would say nowadays it's not like the worst thing in the world, but back then some of those things might actually be pretty bad.
Yeah, it's a lot of basically keep an eye on your stuff. Don't put your bowl down; something's going to eat it. Watch your spoons. Watch your stuff. Make sure you got your candles handy. You know, these could easily be stories for children to say, "Hey, listen, mind your stuff, take care of your stuff, and be good and listen."
Right.
And now then we got the last bit of stuff from Iceland.
Okay.
So Grilla and the Yule Lads have a cat.
This is my favorite one. Well, one of my favorite ones.
Now I'm just going to call it the Yule cat, the Christmas cat, because I can't say its real name because it's in Icelandic, and I don't speak Icelandic.
This one's weird.
Well, this cat is bigger than a cow.
Oh, I didn't know that it was like a huge cat.
Oh yeah, it's a huge cat. It's bigger than a cow. It's like two cows standing on each other tall.
All right.
And the way to not get visited by the Yule cat, the Christmas cat, either name applies, is on Christmas Day you are to be given new clothing.
Mm-hmm.
And you are supposed to be wearing the new clothing Christmas night. Otherwise, the Christmas cat comes and
eats you, right?
It eats you.
That is crazy.
Well,
that's really creepy. I don't know if I'd like a big, huge... But if the cat's bigger, you said it's bigger than a cow. So how does it get in the house?
It basically breaks into the house.
So just... Okay.
Yeah, it's just a big cat that just...
That would be a thing of nightmares. I would be definitely wearing my new clothes.
Well, which makes kind of sense because, our nieces get new pajamas every single Christmas Eve.
Right.
And then they end up wearing them Christmas Eve.
Right.
So...
Well, not because they're threatened of being eaten by a Christmas cat.
No, but in the olden times when these legends were more prevalent, as your clothing is wearing out, you would probably want to substitute it with new stuff as soon as possible, especially in the wintertime. Because if your clothes are just getting worn out,
right,
you want to put on the new clothing as quickly as possible because it's going to keep you warmer. Yeah. It's going to keep you drier. So it
makes sense.
This is just another one of those tales of, okay, well, if you don't put on your new pajamas tonight to stay warm, Yule cat is going to come and get you.
Yeah.
Again, it could be another bit of...
just a way to have children stay good.
Yes.
Basically. I would like to see this Christmas cat. I don't want to see it where I'm not wearing my new clothes, though, but that would be pretty cool. We could have a new pet. Mia would love him.
For the viewers at home and the listeners at home, we're on the second floor, and the Christmas cat could easily look in through this window.
What?
Yeah, it's that tall. It's a cow. Two cows sitting on each other. It's tall.
Okay.
The Christmas cat could look in this window right here with no problem and not bending its head.
Okay.
Yeah. It is supposed to be bigger than hell.
All right.
So.
I still think that maybe... Does it act like... Oh, well, we probably don't know what it acts like. It's probably just mean. Because if it only comes around if you don't wear your new clothes is probably just pissed off and mean all the time.
Yeah, it's a troll's cat.
I would just have catnip and toys, and it would be my friend.
Hopefully, do you have that much catnip for a cat that's this size?
I would get some. It could be our new pet. I think Vicky would like it.
Could sit outside.
I'm going to tell her we're getting a Yule cat. Make sure you wear your new clothes on Christmas, otherwise the cat will eat you. Every other time of the year, it'll be fine.
Well, this one you're going to like.
Okay.
It's a Welsh tradition.
Okay.
And it just recently came back into being popular.
Okay. Like popular in the United States at all, or just in...
It's catching on like our last creature is.
Okay.
And
I wonder if I've heard of it. Anyway, go on.
It's called the Merry Lwyd. Lwyd.
No, I haven't heard of it.
Now, basically what it is, it's a skeleton horse wrapped in a white sheet.
Ooh, you're right. I do like it already. I like horses, and I like skeleton horses.
Now, the legend is, it comes to your door at night. It knocks on the door. You open the door. You basically have a rap battle with it.
A rap battle?
It will say stuff to you in a rhyme.
And then you have to one-up it?
You have to one-up it. Back and forth, back and forth.
So it's like witty, basically.
It's witty.
Witty banter, but kind of.
It tries to get into your house to drink all your beer.
So it's a lush.
It's a lush. You have to rap battle it back
to keep it from getting in the house. So if
getting
you
in the house.
Lose, then
it's allowed in the house.
And then it drinks everything, all your beer.
It drinks all your beer.
Okay.
So the tradition with this one now is with people who actually put on the white sheet, put a horse skull on a stick, is they come to your house and they're basically insulting you.
Okay.
It's your mama jokes. And you have
your mama's so fat. I'm just kidding.
You have to retort. You have to keep it going back and forth.
I am not that witty though. I am witty after the fact. Like I'll be like, damn, I should have said this, at one point or another. I'm not a fast thinker. So I would suck and all of our beer would be drank every single time. Because I am just not that quick. Afterwards, give me like a little bit to think about it, sure. But no.
Yeah, but that's the thing is...
I know, I'm just saying I'm not good at that. I'm not good at that. So that would be very bad for us. I would hope that you would answer the door.
It's also not like Halloween where if a trick-or-treater's at the house next door, it's coming to your house. It's whoever does it, the person underneath the sheet, it's kind of random.
Right.
And they just go up to the door, knock on the door, start a rap battle.
I'm just thinking what happens if you go in and there's no beer. What does the person drink after? Because if it's a person that's actually doing
they're probably just drinking whatever you got.
All right. Well.
But I do know that...
That's not awful either. I mean, that's
not awful.
Funny. Depending. Like, if you had, like, super expensive, like, wine or beer, like, I don't know how much beer can get, but, like, super expensive alcohol in your house, and that's all you had, and then that person just, like, takes it or drinks it all, I might be a little mad.
Yeah, well, this is a New Year's Eve thing.
Okay.
So the Merry Lwyd, I'm probably saying that again, or Lloyd, or I'm butchering it. Probably going to get a lot of complaints on that one later.
Well, you're trying.
I'm giving it the old shot. But yeah, you have to basically rap battle it to get it to go away.
That's pretty cool, actually. But like I said, we would lose every single time if it was me answering the door.
Yeah, now I know some of the local groups they're doing these new traditions that are coming back into effect.
Mm-hmm.
Merry Lwyd is one of those, along with some of these other ones that are showing up on Krampus Night, Krampus Laufs. You'll see a lot of Krampuses, which we'll get to. A couple witches, angels.
So explain the angel thing. And do you know about the angel thing? Like, why is there angels?
Because the I'll get there.
Okay, all right.
You're
Because
ahead.
all right. Well, when you told me, hey, there's angels in them too, or in those walks, I was thinking, why are there angels? Anyway, okay, you'll explain later.
Yeah.
So the
you're down the script.
I thought about as soon as you said it's like a rap battle or whatever, I thought about your video game Valhalla or whatever it is.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Yes, it's like flighting.
Yeah, like when they're going back and forth and what do they win? Is it just like a quest or something? You win money or something?
You win money in the game.
Yeah. So that's what that as soon as you said so is it kind of like that basically?
It's kind of like that.
Like witty
it's
okay.
It's a battle of wits with rhyme.
Which is cool. So I wonder if that's what the game is going after. If it's like basing it off of that. Because that's like, I mean, Viking.
I know flighting was
age.
really big back in the Middle Ages.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it wasn't, we didn't call it, it's basically rap, but it's just.
Right. It's like a rap battle nowadays where you know, it
But
kind of reminds me of that movie 8 Mile with Eminem.
Yeah, but it was called flighting. So that's basically what you're doing is you're flighting with the Merry Lude. And its entire point of coming out is to remind you of the existence of the dead.
So if you win, it just goes away?
It goes away.
Okay.
If you can stump it, it goes away.
Well, not necessarily stump, but just are better, basically.
Well, that's the whole point is you come back and forth, and the first time that either you can't retort or it can't retort, you're
won. Done. Yeah.
So
one of them is done.
One of them's done. Right. When they can't come back with anything good, then it's done and over with.
Yeah.
And if you lose, it gets to come in and raid your liquor cabinet. And if you don't have any liquor, I'm sure it could drink whatever else it wanted.
I can't have my eggnog.
But you're basically, it's wanting in the house. And it'll come in, it'll drink whatever it wants, and then it'll leave.
I could have my almond milk. But just not my eggnog. I'll fight it. Right. If you want to see a funny fight, I'll fight it.
All right, next one on the list. We're saving the good stuff for after break.
Okay.
It's the Frau Perkta.
Frau Perkta?
Perkta. Okay. I don't need notes for this one.
Okay.
So Frau Perkta.
Frau Perkta. Okay. All right.
So we've gone from Iceland to Welsh, and now we are going back to Deutschland, Germany.
Okay.
Frau Perkta is a witch.
Okay. Do you know, is that just her? Is it a girl? Obviously.
Well, yeah.
Witch, yeah.
So Frau is woman.
I was going to say, what does that mean, Frau Perkta?
Perkta is the name.
Okay.
Frau
so woman Perkta, basically.
Yes.
Okay.
Or Lady Perkta.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
Now, Frau Perkta, which is kind of fun to say, Perkta, she could either be nice. She's depicted in two different ways.
Okay.
She's depicted as an angel, all in white.
Okay.
So there's the angel.
Yeah, that makes sense a little, yeah.
And she rewards those that have been good.
With what?
Mostly candy, food.
Okay.
That kind of stuff. But if you've been bad, she's known as the belly slitter.
What?
Frau Perkta.
She just slices your belly open and like eats your insides?
Frau Perkta, if you've been bad, comes into your home Christmas Eve.
And guts you?
She guts you open, eats your entrails, stuffs you full of garbage, sews you back up, and leaves.
So you're dead, basically.
You're dead, but you're filled with garbage.
So you're just a piece of garbage, basically, is what she's telling you.
That's basically what she's telling you.
For being bad.
For being bad, you are a piece of garbage.
Now, is this anybody or is this just kids?
This is anybody.
Oh.
This is adults and children.
So it's a good incentive to have adults be good too, then, year round.
Now, this is also coming from Germany.
Which is awesome. And I love Germany.
It's also
I've never been there, but I just love I want to go there sometime. I want to visit.
Yeah. Well,
Vacation.
It also goes down to Germany, Austria. I think there was a little bit of news coming that northern Italy also does some of it. But the way to stay out of that whole business is to be good.
Everybody be good.
Everybody be
basically.
Good. Yep. So,
which is like a good thing to go by anyway.
So what we've got so far is we've got many witches, trolls, elves, giant cats,
Which is awesome.
Which is awesome. A lot of these legends will actually double and triple over to different regions, where the names will be different according to the region, but it's all pretty much about the same thing. On be good, mind your food because something's going to take it.
I wonder if that helps too with people eating all their food too. You better eat that, or so and so is going to come.
Probably,
but I don't know.
We're going to go for a break, and then when we come back, we got our last guy of the day. You know him, you love him, Krampus. And we're going to talk all about Krampus in the last half hour, so stay tuned. Yay. He's a-coming.
No.
And welcome back to Paranormal Crossings In and Light. On today's show, I was going to say special, but they're all special.
Right.
We are talking about the dark side of Christmas, the legends and lore of the old world, and how not to get eaten by the witches, how not to get eaten by the cats and the trolls.
Yep.
But we had to save one. I mean, there's a lot of them here that we could have picked.
Right.
So I tried to just pick out some of the really good ones.
Yeah.
So now we've got the man of the hour, Krampus.
Heck yeah.
So the story of Krampus goes all the way back to the Viking Age.
Mm-hmm.
That Krampus is a horned devil that visits on December 5th. That's Krampus Nacht.
Yeah.
Krampus Night. Now, what it goes on in Germany, which is where this legend is one of the originators, is December 6th is St. Nicholas Day. Now, at the top of the hour, we talked about St. Nicholas instead of Santa Claus.
Mm-hmm.
So normally in a Krampus parade, you will have a St. Nicholas who's dressed in a bishop's outfit.
Has a big old staff.
Has a staff, has a big pointy hat, It's a Catholic tradition. Now, they don't want St. Nicholas to be the bad guy.
Right.
So Krampus is his, not really psychic, partner in crime.
Mm-hmm.
So St. Nicholas Day is December 6th. And that is when all the children of that region, they put out their boots to get presents on St. Nicholas Day. December 5th, Krampus Night.
Mm-hmm.
Krampus storms the streets.
With bells.
He's horns, bells, chains. He's got a basket on his back. It's normally birch sticks.
He has the basket to put all the little kids in, right? That are bad to carry away to his house. And he locks them up, right?
Some legends he just locks them up. Some legends he just beats them. Some he takes them back to the house and he eats them.
All right.
So, because of the fact they want to keep St. Nicholas being the pure man that he is.
The good guy.
The good guy. Well, St. Nicholas is not going to bother. It's not worth his attention for the bad kids. So then you need a bad guy. You need the fall guy.
Mm-hmm.
You need the guy that's going to take the hits and be like, okay, I'll do what you don't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, you got to make St. Nicholas look good.
Right.
So St. Nicholas is not going to beat a kid. He's not going to, I'm going to give you coal, whatever, whatnot.
Right.
So there's where Krampus comes in.
Okay.
So December 5th in Germany and Austria and a few of other of those Germanic areas,
mm-hmm.
there are 3 different events that happen.
Which one of them is one of them what you showed me today over breakfast?
Yes.
That was crazy.
I'll get
okay,
there.
Anyway.
All right, so we have the Krampus Nacht, which is Krampus Night,
mm-hmm.
and it is a parade at night. Germany has a lot of pyrotechnics. Things are blowing up. There's fire everywhere. There's blowing fire.
Yep, people have putting the fire down their throat and stuff, or their stick that's on fire. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's a big, big deal. Now, in the 1940s, the Nazis decided to outlaw the entire practice.
Mm-hmm.
So Krampus went away for World War II because the Nazi party did not believe in it. And they were the authoritative figure and said, nope, you guys will not be practicing this. After World War II, it slowly started picking up until modern day, where here in the States, we have Krampus Seattle, Krampus LA. We got a Krampus New York. I think there's one down in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Krampus groups are springing up.
Right.
And I think what we're all trying to do with this, because we're trying to start a group here.
Well, we're trying to start a group in St. Helens.
Yes.
Oregon.
I think what we're trying to do is trying to bring back an old tradition.
Which is awesome.
And give it a little bit more life. So, out of everything Krampus style. Now, he's a big horned demon, goat hooves, the whole 9. He wears a lot of bells, so you hear him coming.
Yep, bells and chains.
Bells, chains, you hear him coming from a mile away.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this Santa sleigh bells could be an extension of that.
Yeah, I never thought of that.
Because Santa's got sleigh bells. Okay. Well, who had sleigh bells first? Krampus.
Right.
Because,
he comes first. Yeah.
Right? Yeah, because it was St. Nicholas beforehand. St. Nicholas did not have a sled or reindeer or anything. The Santa Claus that we know him today in the United States is a United States creation.
With the reindeer.
With the reindeer and the sleigh and the elves and everything else, The helpful elves, not the elves that are going to be... Elves. The helpful, not the ones
trolls,
that are going to...
Trolls, I guess.
Yeah. So, I mean, there was a good correlation on how certain things got carried over, certain things got dropped in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the Krampus Nacht, which happens December 5th, or that weekend, depending on everyone's schedule.
Right.
This year, I think a lot of people did Krampus Nacht on the 3rd and the 4th of December.
Was that a weekend, basically?
That was a weekend.
Yeah.
I know Krampus Seattle did one up in Leavenworth, Washington on the 4th and the 5th.
So
3rd and
basically,
4th.
these groups are dressing up like Krampus.
They're dressing up like
They're
Krampus.
making their own Krampus creation, with masks and fursuits, basically, and big old bells and chains and everything else. And they're dressing up like Krampus, and some of them even have the baskets and everything else. And they do the little parade thing around. And it's from the videos that I've seen of this stuff, at least the parade and the nighttime, the whatever, the one with the fire and all that stuff. Everybody seemed to really like it, and even the little kids liked it. They really weren't like afraid.
Yeah, from everything I've seen and everything I've heard from other groups here in the States, I know there's a little bit of concern because we're doing a Krampus Lauf tonight, which is a parade.
Yes, in St. Helens, Oregon.
In St. Helens. It's less than a parade, more than it's just walking around.
Right.
But it's technically a Krampus Lauf, which is Krampus Parade, instead of Krampus Nacht, which is on that weekend.
Mm-hmm. Now this one, so the difference is the other one's at night, and it's like has the fire, and it's like they're actually like grabbing people and like freaking them out, right?
Oh yeah. Hey, everybody at home, if you ever look up Krampus Parade, look for anything that's in German, and these people get downright jumping over barricades.
They won't hurt you though, not in this one anyway.
Not in the States, we don't hurt anybody.
Right. Well, I mean, even it looks like in Germany, for those nighttime ones, they weren't really hurting people. They were like, I saw one where they stole like this lady's hat and just was being silly, but then he came back and gave it to her, you know?
Yeah.
And then like roughing up kids' hair and like picking up kids really quick. And I never saw a kid going, oh my God. They were all like,
well,
laughing. They've grown up with it.
They've grown up with it. They understand
mm-hmm.
It's normal for them.
Right. It's not like, even though these things are scary, like you can make masks and stuff with lighted, the eyes are lit up. So I've seen them with blue and red, and that looks really cool if you're doing it at nighttime. So I just think it's really cool.
Yeah. Now, normally a Krampus Lauf is during the daylight hours, and
mm-hmm.
you're just basically walking from point A to point B. I know they've got different setups in some of the other older cities
mm-hmm.
where the Krampuses will actually climb a mountain to an old monastery. It'll take them all day to get up there. Then they light torches and they walk all the way back down into town and do the run. So you see the torches coming down from the mountains.
That's kind of cool. Yeah, that would definitely be something where you'd have to be in shape, though. Holy moly.
Yeah, because, I mean, it's through this, waist-deep snow.
You would die.
I would die.
You wouldn't be able to do that. Sorry, honey, but you wouldn't be able to do that.
I'll just meet you guys down here.
Right. But your Krampus creation, I guess you can call it, I don't really want to call it a costume because it's really cool, is really good, I think. It has the bells, it has the you have a horsetail whip, right? Isn't it a horsetail whip?
Because most of American groups are using horsetail whips or just no whips at all.
Right. And it's not like you're going to be beating anybody. It's just for the show. Basically.
It's a show item.
And you got the big old horns going on, and you got the fursuit and everything else. And if the other guys look just as good as you, it's going to be pretty cool, I think.
Well, we'll see how it is. I did have to call in Christmas Spider-Man and Christmas Deadpool just to kind of try to balance it out because this is our first year doing it. And we're not 100% sure of the reaction we're going to get. So, yeah.
Well, everybody's going to hear you coming at least because you all got your bells.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to miss us.
No.
And it's not like we're doing the Krampus Nacht with all the fire and everything.
That would be so cool, though.
That would be cool. I know this year, since it is year number 1, we're just doing a fixed route.
Well, you have to find someone to do the fire stuff that knows what they're doing, too.
Well, apparently somebody knows somebody that do pyros.
Oh, all right. Well, next year, maybe.
Yeah, we'll see.
That'd be cool.
Well, let's see. Let's get through tonight first and
Yeah,
foremost.
let's see how it goes. So if anybody is interested, you can come down to St. Helens, Oregon. I believe the festivities start at 5, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
So, but it's not just Krampus. So you get
No,
to
no,
see
it's not
Santa
just-
Claus. There's going to be hot chocolate. There's going to be cookies. You get to see the Christmas ships. So, and the Christmas ships they're all lit up, and some of the little ships play. It's not really, they're like little boats basically. And they play music, and it's just going to be really, really cool. But I'm excited for the Krampus part.
Then there's the Christmas tree lighting.
Oh yeah, the Christmas tree lighting.
So hopefully we don't get rained out, because that's really going to be a terrible to do in the cold weather, is wear that big old fursuit.
Right.
But
so you should talk about the scary thing that you showed me at breakfast now. This shocked me.
So out of all the Krampus festivals, Krampus Knocks, Krampus Laufs, I had to write this one down. The Thorn or Stiller.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that's how you say it. This is done in an arena style setting. On one end of the field, you have all the Krampuses behind a gate. A lot of snow everywhere because it's in December. At the far end of the field, you have 2 walls put up. There's a table. You have a team of 7 normal people.
Just regular,
everyday people who sign up to do this.
Which they're freaking crazy. Just saying. Just wait.
Oh, this gets good. No, I can't do this event. I would hurt myself.
I would not let you do this event. Just saying.
You got the 7 people.
I want you alive.
You got 7 people at this dining room table. It's a big wooden table. They're holding on to it for dear life.
Mm-hmm.
The buzzer sounds, and 7 Krampuses come running,
barreling in as fast, like sprinting in, and they just slam into these people.
Yeah, they're jumping over the table at full speed. And then the entire object of the game, I guess you'd put it, is to make sure no one's left at the table.
I don't know.
The Krampuses have to remove the people from the table.
At any means necessary, almost. I mean, they're yanking them. They're throwing them on the ground. Like, that's craziness. You would definitely, I mean, I would not be surprised if someone's died, because seriously, they just come slamming right into these people. And, you know, the people, the way the table's set up anyway, it looks like they're kind of against, like, a wall. Yeah. So you could just get slammed and like your head could bounce off the wall. You'd be dead. Like, no,
walls,
thank you.
An open front, a giant table, and 2 benches in the back.
So definitely, I mean, 100% somebody's been hurt at least. I don't know about dead. But then they take these people, they rip them off of the freaking table. So it's about a table this size. I don't know.
About this size.
And they rip them off and they just like body slam them down onto the ground, where like this one lady, I watched her bounce off the ground. Like, what? I would be dead. I would be pureed little Kayla on the wall. Like, there'd be no more of me. I would be dead.
And these Krampuses are doing it with full outfits, the full bells, the full masks.
Well, I even think their bells are bigger in this point, because the regular Krampuses or whatever with the parade and everything else, I've never seen them have like the way their bells are. They're huge, and then they were like attached, not like this way, but like pointing out.
Yeah, that's the Austrian Krampuses.
Oh, okay. Well, I've never seen those, so there's a difference then on how you do the bells.
Technically speaking, there's 3 different styles, going to use the air quotes, styles of Krampuses.
Anyway, it doesn't really even matter. Like, those bells look more deadly than anything. So like, how you would die from one of the bells if you got hit high speed with that. I was like,
these are people who do this willingly. This is a game. Hold on to the table the longest.
But it's all young people. I've noticed that it's all young people. I mean, I don't know about the Krampuses. I mean, I would think that it would be young people because, you know, people old like you, just kidding, love you, would not be able to body slam and sprint and just tear these people off. Like, I don't
Well,
know.
I know.
I do not see this as fun. I see this as like something where you have a death wish and you want to die, basically.
Well,
I mean, not for
there's
the Krampuses, but maybe
well the
because
Krampuses you at least are covered up.
kinda.
Yeah, to some degree, you're covered up. It's the people at the table.
That they're trying to yank off.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a couple videos of the thorns, and people are just got suits ripped open. They're got no shirts left. Medicals is coming in to get them because it is a grab these people, get them away from the table,
At
throw them on the
any
dirt.
means
Any means
necessary,
necessary. I've
basically.
seen,
I mean, they don't have like knives or anything. They're not like cutting these people, but like sprinting at full force. I mean, the bell rings or buzzer or whatever, and these people just go right at it. Like, that's insane. I've never seen anything like that.
well,
They would definitely not be allowed in the United States, I don't think.
the 7 people at the table are supposed to represent the bad kids.
Okay, so that makes sense.
It's along the same line. It's just in some parts of Germany and Austria, some Krampus groups do a live theater show where the
Okay.
Krampus is, there's fire, there's fireworks, they're doing their little bit, they've got lines that they're piped over the intercom, and the public is not involved in it. The public is
Do they
just
get
watching.
to hear? Oh,
Yeah. The public is there. They're listening. They're watching.
Okay. But they're not involved. I get it.
They're not involved to get beaten or body slammed.
And body slammed, I say that lightly. Like, I don't even know another word to describe it.
I know it's body slamming.
It's like...
And if you watch enough of these videos long enough, the snow is white, then it turns into brown because it's been just mashed and muddied.
And maybe a little red, too, because I'm pretty sure some of these people are bleeding.
Could
I'm
be.
pretty sure. No, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure people have got their nose broken. I wouldn't be surprised if people have their hands ripped off.
Well, I'm
like,
pretty
this
sure,
is awful.
I'm pretty sure there's probably a reward if you
I
survive.
wouldn't do this for $1 million because you could die. Like, this is that you could die. Like, and I think you could anyway with how fast these people are going and if they're like young, strong guys, like wham, oh, I'm dead. I can't collect my $1 million now because I died.
Don't think it's $1 million.
Well, whatever it is, I mean, I'm just saying I wouldn't even do it for $1 million. So,
but over there, it is a thing. So you got the Krampus Nacht.
We gotta find out what the reward is, or if there is a reward, or if these people are just like, "Hey, this sounds fun. Fuck it."
I don't know.
I've lived a good life.
Basically, Krampuses are. Krampus Nacht is, as they say, is the night that Krampus gets drunk and wanders the street.
So, wait, Krampus, what? He's drunk?
The men in the Krampus suits in the old days would get drunk, dress up as Krampus.
Is this the one with the fire?
This is the Nacht.
Okay.
The night. And they would get drunk and go wander the night and go beat on kids.
But not like beat.
Well, if you're drunk, you're kind of beating on kids.
I hope not.
But
all the ones that we've watched, they haven't been that like bad.
Well, I'm talking probably, olden days.
Well, okay, yes, olden days maybe.
Now it's more
nowadays.
Now it's more of a controlled situation.
But this whole thing with the table and that's nowadays, right? Was that like a recent one that you showed me?
Yeah, that was
earlier?
2018.
We should have had this up and so people could see this shit. Because talking about it and seeing it are two different things.
Well, if people just get on the YouTube and they go look, they'll find Krampus Nacht, Kramslauf, and Krampus Thuan. And they can see the different levels of insanity. Now, some Krampus Nachts it's the nighttime ones are the ones that are a little bit more crazy in Europe.
Yeah, that one would be fun to do.
The Laufs, the parades, are more laid back. It's
you're
broad
just
daylight.
Walking,
You're just
it's
walking.
Just a parade, and you're showing off your outfit, basically.
Yeah. And the thing is, there's a lot of groups over there. So when you're watching these videos of Krampus parades or Krampus nights, normally you'll have somebody out front who has a banner for that group.
Mm-hmm.
And
some of them get pretty creative too.
Yes, they do, because that's what they do. These are a group of people,
Right.
men and women,
Oh, excuse me.
who are tight. So all year long, they're still tight. They're still hanging out.
Right. So they're like, I don't know, best friends group. I don't know.
Yeah, kind of. It's kind of like a motorcycle club.
One thing I thought was cool though about just the Krampus in general, that some of the different suits or whatever you want to call it, costumes, I don't know, is there's not only just one style. Some of them have like the curved horns, some of them have the big long horns, some of them have both, which I think is cool.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Krampus is it can come in different sizes and shapes. And some people wear the fur suits. Some wear like leather pants, leather tops. Those are apparently called the Viking Krampus. They've got their own classification. So if you're wearing furs, a lot of leather, and then a Krampus mask, you're a Krampus Viking, from what I can understand.
Weird. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
whatever floats your boat.
Well, the thing is, you can kind of do with whatever you want with it.
Right.
And then normally in a Krampus parade, it'll be led by St. Nicholas and the angels
at front, right on the front.
In the front,
basically.
Sometimes you'll have dark angels holding banners.
Yeah.
Sometimes it'll be white angels holding banners.
And the fire part's just to be creepy, right? Basically.
It's Germany. They love fire. I mean, come on, look at Rammstein. Every Rammstein concert, they have such big pyrotechnics. You know, the lead singer sets himself on fire. So, but yeah, so I hope everybody learned something out of the dark side of Christmas.
Right. I definitely didn't know there was this much involved.
Oh, we have barely.
I learned things. You taught me things.
We barely even covered everything. This was scratching the surface.
Right.
Because that rabbit hole keeps going down and down and down.
Well, maybe more for next week.
And we'll see. But we want to thank everybody for joining us. We hope that Aaron is back next week. And we hope we get James back eventually.
Yep.
And then we'll have a full house. Until then, stay spooky, everyone. This is Paranormal Crossings. Into the light. I'm Darren.
I'm Kayla.
Have a good one.
Bye.